Don't trust no one, not even yourself.
Oh my god. And and um
Okay,
okay. uh oh well, if you're gonna get rid of shit. Never existed, never happened. Hello, welcome. Uh welcome to this is oh shit, I forgot to change the topic. No. No. This is D4 episode 5. Right? Today we're talking about gacha games. Yay! I don't know, we don't need that exclamation mark. Yeah.
We're not that happy about it.
Yeah, no, it's actually a very depressing topic. Um yes, my name is She. I am Love Live School Idol Festival survivor, and I am joined here today with
Miko, recovering Gacha addict.
recovery. Are you really?
No, not at all.
That recovery process is looking kind of non-existent. What was your first game that had a gacha system?
My first game that had a Gacha system.
Yeah, that you remember.
That I remember playing. What do I know? Prince Sama, Shining Light.
Oh, okay. Did you wait? How long did you play Tipri?
Oh wait, no, actually, not that.
Not the Tipri.
Food Fantasy, actually.
Food Fantasy. I don't know that one. I can't remember. I can't. No images come to my brain.
My first ever Gacha was Food Fantasy.
Say knows. Okay. Cool. What is Food Fantasy about?
Well, basically personification of food.
Okay.
And then they fight evil food stuff. That's about it.
Gotcha. So like Cookie Run Kingdom.
Yeah, kinda. Wait, if we're going that far, maybe my first gacha wasn't even Food Fantasy. It was actually Kingdom Hearts Unchained.
Does that count as a gacha? See,
It had a gacha system. It had a gacha system.
yeah, but like when I was like thinking of how to sort of narrow the games down, I was like, we should probably focus on gacha games where like gacha is like the main like the gameplay
It
kind of
is.
revolves
It
around the
is.
gacha.
Kingdom
It
Hearts
is?
Unchained is a mobile gacha game.
Oh, okay, never mind. I was thinking like I don't know Kingdom Hearts. I thought it was like a console game or something. I see. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, gotcha. Gotcha. We can start with a brief history, a brief
Okay.
overview. I know you've done your research papers.
Uh, I've done my research. Let me just scroll up real quick.
But yeah, I actually didn't know that gotcha comes from gachapon. Which in hindsight I'm like, this should have been very obvious. But wow, the more you know. The more you know, the more you grow. And
Yeah,
today's
so gacha definition, gacha history. Which one do you want first? Gacha definition probably, right?
yeah.
So gacha games are games with a loot box system, if you know what loot boxes are. Uh Basically you don't know what you're gonna get. It's RNG based. You put your game currency into the system and then it spits back whatever the fuck at you. It's kind of like a lottery system. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. It's just random stuff. Random chance?
Yes.
Yeah.
And so gacha games have been around since like the early 2010s, so they're not new,
No.
but they've definitely gained popularity over the years and has become like one of the most common type of mobile gaming.
Yeah. Since they're very lucrative, aren't they?
They're very lucrative, yeah.
Yeah.
The word gacha comes from, like you said, comes from gachapon, which is a which is like a term coined by I think Bandai to sell their like
Capsules.
ran yeah, their capsule toys that you get by turning their uh device
Good
device.
explanation. Yeah, yeah.
So there's this like big machine. You turn it, the capsule drops down in a pon sound. The turning sound is like the gacha sound,
Yeah.
so that's why it's called gachapon.
Yeah.
And then it's shortened to just gacha.
Why they get rid of the palm? Do the games don't have the palm, but they just have the gacha?
Technically, games don't have the gacha either. You don't hear the gacha gacha.
Yeah.
They just shortened it because like gachapon is 3 syllables long.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't think there was an explanation for why they shortened anything.
Yeah. So, you said you had a thing on gacha history?
Oh yeah, it started around 2010s. That's about the history thing.
It just
It's
started in
like
2010.
yeah, I mean, let's see. Usually, gacha aspects in games have different mechanics. Most will have character cards and other in-game items.
Hmm.
And before, gacha used to be something that's like constant. So there's no like so if you play gacha games nowadays, there's event banners, right?
Yeah.
Where the banners will change constantly. So those type of banners are relatively new. Before gacha was just like just the normal pool constant.
Oh, yeah.
So nowadays they have this like new fear of missing out thing
Oh, for sure.
with the limited time banners, so limited time gacha boxes.
Yeah.
The basic concept behind the games are simple. Player spends a certain amount of in-game money to jumpstart gacha and afterward obtains a random character or item. Some items or characters are less frequent than others, and players have to spin the game several times before they can obtain what they want.
Yep.
Lottery!
Lottery. Yeah. uh, and even
We'll
yeah.
probably dabble into pity system of like gacha games later on in this thing, but like for now, don't worry about it.
Yeah. Also, a lot of games have gotcha system, like loot boxes and stuff, but they aren't like I don't think people call them gotcha games because gotcha games like the the loot box is like the core aspect of the game. Like the characters you collect and whatever else you collect from that gotcha system is like can like directly be used in the game to like make your gameplay different somehow. Right? So if you get like oh I got like a really strong character and now I can use it in my team, that's more gotcha game. Right? Whereas like some games will have like RNG will have loot boxes, but it doesn't like massively impact how you play a game. Right?
Yeah, like some games only have like gacha for skins.
Yeah.
So there's no real difference between you playing with a gacha and you playing without a gacha. It's like but it does turn into like a show of wealth or a show of luck.
Yeah. Yeah. But the gameplay isn't dependent on it. So yeah.
Yes.
Cool. So, focusing on those sorts of games, where do we want to start?
Well, you asked me about my first gacha game, Kingdom Hearts Unchained. What about yours? What
It
was
was
it?
Love Live. That's why I'm a Love
Oh.
Live Full Idol Festival survivor. Oh, right. Also, I guess something to mention is that at least for me, I don't even though I've started out playing Love Live, I don't play a lot of gacha games that uh I guess most people start off playing. Like I don't like FGO or Arc Knights, even though I tried Arc Knights. But yeah, I don't know. It doesn't tickle me the right way.
Too much women.
Too much women. I want more men in my gacha games. Which is why most of the games played are more targeted toward most of the games I play are targeted towards women more. Whether it be like Joshi Muke or
Josei Muke.
Jose. Oh, it's Jose, not Joshi. Oh, oopsie. Jose Muke or whatever. Otome games. But I can't. I don't know. I couldn't keep up with playing a lot of games, so everything I've pretty much dropped except for Genshin Impact and New Carnival.
Genshin Impact, not a Josei Muke though.
It's not.
It's just a general audience.
Genshin, I've oh my god, my throat. Genshin, I feel like has like a very very wide player base. I guess it's also because it's so popular. I find that very fascinating. It's very cool that that happened.
Okay, do we talk about like the nice fun stuff of gacha, or do we talk about the problems that come with gacha?
I just listed a bunch of things where it's like why do people even like gacha games? Like what's the appeal and stuff like that.
Okay, so personally, I'm gonna go with personal accounts for
Hmm.
this.
Yeah.
Gacha games, like it gives you something to talk about with a lot of people because the games are so widely played, right?
Hmm.
So that's part of the fun for me, being able to talk about it with people, and then the anticipation of new characters or new character types.
Yeah.
And usually when it comes to like event banners, they're called event banners because there's usually an event attached to it.
Hmm.
So you get the character and then you play the event. So there's always something new.
Yes. All
There's also that really
yeah.
fun feeling of gambling.
Gambling in quotes. You do not earn actual money. But yeah, I'm pretty sure at least all modern gotcha games are constantly updating, so they always have some sort of event going on. And uh like and they're always like updating with more either like story content or more characters or whatever. And part of the appeal is like if you have friends who play, you can get hyped and theorize about those events and characters and stuff like that. And it gives you
Yeah.
something to look forward to.
So you like if we talk about games, usually for a game to be really successful, right, is to have good gameplay, like an entertaining and engaging gameplay, and then have good replayability. So because gachas don't have an endpoint, like they don't have a real ending
Yeah.
to there's always new content. So it's always replay. Like there's no replaying. You just never stop playing.
Just go on ad infinity.
Yeah, they go on ad infinitum.
Yes.
That's why people want to keep up with it so much because there's just always new content, and like once you miss out on content, you miss out on the social engagement part with other players.
You get hit by that FOMO.
Yeah, you get hit by that
Yeah,
FOMO. I
Miko,
think
why
Gacha
aren't you?
runs largely on FOMO.
Yes. Yeah. The downside is that if you are starting an older gacha game, you got a lot of shit to catch up on, which is kind of annoying.
Yeah, that's why. So problem with gacha games is that I think a lot of gachas have this problem where it's harder. The older the game is, the harder it is for them to get new players
Yeah.
because of how daunting it is to actually start a new game, and also like the starting characters that like characters you start out with and like the stuff that you can get is really difficult to build for. Like for in Genshin, for example, if when you start off in Mondstadt, right, and then you pull the current event banner, which
Oh,
is
yeah.
Fontaine, you basically cannot build that character until you get to that section of the game.
They did add a thing for that where you automatically get a teleport unlocked in like the Fontaine region, but it's
Yeah, but
still
like
awkward, yeah.
imagine in Azuma, that section of the so Genshin is mostly like open world. You can go anywhere, right? You can unlock and do stuff and as much as you want. But there's one section of the game that's actually story locked. That's in Azuma. So if you were to pull an Azuma character banner without actually knowing, because you're a new player, right? It's
Yeah.
going to be really hard for you to actually build up that character. So starting an older gacha game can be really daunting to new players because of all the things you have to do to build your characters so that your game is playable,
Mhm.
and also all of the story that you have to catch up on in terms of events.
Yeah, exactly. And it's quite literally like I don't even know how long, like what, 30 something hours, 40 something hours, I don't know, some insane number of hours of like just story cutscenes and dialogue that you have to go through in Genshin, which is a
That's
lot of
normal for
time.
any game.
Is it?
If it was like a triple A game, which kind
Okay.
of, uh, gameplay hours are like 20 to 30 minimum.
Okay, I guess that's true. Why do I feel like okay, never mind. Tangent. Hmm. Uh so help. Where were we?
We were talking about get gacha FOMO because a lot of like gacha nowadays, right? I don't know how it was before, but nowadays a lot of the gacha game experience is also involving yourself within fandom and the community that does play the game.
Mhm.
So there's a social aspect to playing gacha games for me at least, and I think for a lot of people too. And when you're always like in that FOMO, and there's that little bit of like I think it's like tempting to spend on a gacha game because without it, right, you wouldn't get that character and you wouldn't get the same experience as like your peers are talking about.
Yeah. You won't be a
It's
part of the insert character name here, Havers Club.
yeah.
Yeah.
But Miko, what if I don't have friends? Then what's the appeal of playing gotcha games?
Well, each gacha game has a different appeal to them. I'm pretty sure, but like the gacha system itself, the appeal of that is probably testing your luck. So a lot of people do enjoy playing games of chance, uh, and because the gacha rate is quite like the highest I've ever seen is like 1.6%, right? For
No, you've
the
seen
really good
higher.
character. Yeah, anyway, so like at least like it's in the 1 to 2% where you get this like SSR 5 star or just this limited special character
Mhm.
uh or thing. And so that means that you're either really lucky, you get it in a few tries, which feels really good, right? Because you're really lucky, or you've already committed to trying to get that because you've spent effort. So either it's spending effort to get in-game currency to get the thing, or you spend actual money to get the thing. So
Yeah.
you're invested. You're invested in getting it. So when you actually get it, it feels like there's a payoff.
Yeah.
So whether you get it quickly, which feels good because oh my god, I'm so lucky, or you've
Mhm.
invested and you get it, so it feels like there's some kind of payoff there because you finally get what you've been working towards.
Mhm.
Uh, in both instances, there is a feel good feeling, and then that feeling can be addicting. So I feel like, and I think most people play not with a mindset that, oh my god, I have to work so hard to get this. Everyone always plays and with the hope that they'll get it in just a few pools.
Yeah. Well, yeah, of course.
It's like we're chasing after a high that we've experienced previously or a high that we want to experience. Does that make sense?
Yeah. It's the basically beating statistical rates is always cool. Also, I mean, okay, I guess we can go into this topic. So, uh, beating the wait, where did I write this? Oh my god. Yes. So, beating statistical rates is good, but also for well, okay, I wrote it here and described it as clout, but
Clout.
basically having rare characters uh sort of like it kind of makes you feel cooler.
Yeah, there's always that like that aspect of like showing off.
Hmm.
Like to have rare characters, you get to show off. So a lot of gacha games also have this like profile. So you have a profile in the game where you can show off the characters that you have.
Yeah, exactly. And like especially if you pull like like either a current banner 5-star or you have like a limited SSR or whatever, it's cool to show it off and be like, "Haha, look at what I got previously." And there is a sort of I don't know what to describe it, but it's like this desire to collect rare things, like similar to how like people like to collect rare TCG cards or like older copies of games and stuff like that. And well, obviously gacha is less intense than that is, but like it's the kind of like rare collectibles part aspect of it that a lot of people are drawn to in gacha games. Also, somewhat related, if you're a streamer who streams their polls, right? If you're like some streamer who has like more money and then people are like, "Ooh, I want to see what it's like for someone to spend a lot of money on this because I can't because but they can." I remember watching a lot of videos like Love Live gotcha poll videos because I was a free to play player for that aspect of my life, and I was like, oh man, what is it like to like just pull almost infinite times? Like how much stuff can you get? So yeah. Hello.
Yeah, I was just listening to you talk.
Okay.
But yeah, when you can't do it yourself, you do live vicariously
Uh-huh.
through someone else,
Yeah.
and that can be really fun. And that's also like it's it's part of like the showing off thing where
Hmm.
it's like look at how much I can pull, or like look at how little pulls it took me to get this character, because you can always stream your pulls, and or you can screenshot and show the community how lucky you are for getting like 2, 3, 5 stars in one pull.
Yeah, exactly. Like that one person who got like 4 or 5 in one poll, 5 stars in Genshin, and they were like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna die tomorrow." Lady Luck
I
really
wanna
had it for me. The Wheel of Fortune is turning the other way around. Yes.
I got a good amount of like SSR pulls in New Carnival recently, but it's not like it's not like 3 of them in 110 pool. I want to get 3 of them in 110 pool just like one for once, so I can screenshot it and be like, "This is it. Everything in my life has culminated just
After
for
all
this."
these gacha games, it finally happened. The only time that's ever happened is A3, and they have an SSR rate of like 4 point something.
Wait, seriously, A3 has like an SSR rate of like 4?
Yeah, 4.64 last time I checked.
Crazy.
Right? They also don't have a. Well, they do have a pity though. So, never mind.
As far as I know, yeah, they do have a pity.
Yeah. Wow, crazy. Okay. So, um, okay, yes. So we talked a lot about uh uh the rates and the collecting rare things and money and stuff like that, right? But I think gacha games have like a core aspect of to them that isn't just about the gambling part, but it's about the building part and the stat raising part that people like. So a lot of times when you pull a character or you pull a card or a weapon or whatever, you aren't finished there. You still have to level them up and build them or whatever the game requires you to make them stronger so that you can use them. And a lot of people find that part of the game to be fun because they like resource management and they like stat building and other nerdy shit. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I was going to say like it's also because like you've after you spent so much trying to get a character, you've built some kind of emotional attachment to it because you've already invested some of your effort into
Yeah.
it. So you're more inclined to invest more of your effort into that specific character because you've already built an emotional attachment to it.
You are now obligated to build a character.
Yeah. Or else everything that you've invested in has kind of gone to waste because
Exactly.
they're useless.
Yeah, just pixels collecting dust. Digital dust. DD Dynamo Dice. Okay, wait, no, we can get to that later. um, yeah, so resource management, stat building, and stuff like that. A lot of times these games will have daily login rewards or weekly quests or whatever. So and they'll most likely have some sort of energy system where you're limited to uh whatever number of actions each day, right? So it isn't a game that you can play like into infinity. Like you can reach a point where it's like I just have to wait until my energy comes back or something like that. Right? So there is like a sort of strategy aspect to it. I was like, oh, how do I spend my items and make the most of my energy so that I can, you know, get the most stuff done? What do I want to
Min maxing.
prioritize? Min-maxing. Yeah. Like, oh man, I gotta make sure I have 4,800 gems saved by the next month so I can buy the 10 contracts from the new Carnival's shop. And maybe
Is
if
it
I
10? No,
spend
it's 5.
No, it's 10 contracts in the shop.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, they give you a 10 pull for like because it's 6,000 normally. So they give you a 10 pull for only 4,800, I think.
How much do I have right now?
Oh my god. Yeah, exactly. And like stuff like, oh man, maybe if I yeah, calculate which stage gives you the most points for energy. Exactly. Like, oh man, I have to grind the event so I can grab enough of the little event point things. So like which one gives me the most event points per energy? Maybe I should pull for the event character so that I can get a bonus on the number of points I get. Oh, hello, meteor shower.
Oh,
Welcome. Welcome. We're talking about gotcha games. uh
have you guys played gacha games?
yeah. What's your poison? Where was I? Oh yeah. And you know, stuff in Genshin too, where it's like how do I use the 160 resin? Do I condense
Oh,
it? But I need
right.
to do weeklies, stuff like that. Hmm.
Remember we talked a little bit about like how gacha lottery system is kind of like gambling.
Hmm.
Uh, there's quite a bit of like talk about moving up the age range of players, like limiting it so that it's only 18 and up because uh children should not be exposed to things like gambling because it's easier for them to like since their concept of money and gambling is not as strong, it's
Oh,
easier for them
okay.
to succumb and fall into the loop of just spending an infinite not infinite but like quite a large sum of money
Uh-huh.
because they're they don't have a strong grasp on money yet, and especially now that money is not as tangible as it used to be. So because everything is an online purchase, you don't actually see the money go out, you just see numbers.
Yeah.
And that is more of an abstract concept. It's easier to spend money when you're dealing with numbers than it is for you to spend money when you're dealing with actual physical cash.
Oh, yeah. I see, I don't know for gotcha games, but at least for like resource management games that I played when I was younger on like my mom's iPad and stuff, I feel like those games like made me into a cheapskate because like they'd have because I was always free to play because I'm like, you know, I don't have a currency of my own. So like the sort of like the saving currency and making sure I have like enough left over after I spend on something is like born from playing those games. Really wild. And then it transferred to real life money. Yeah, I spent like 2 years trying to save up to buy Smurfette's house in the Smurfs game. And
I
it
used to
was
play
the
that.
proudest moment of my life because I was like, this house costs the currency that you need to pay money for, but I saved up for it over so long. And now I finally have Smurfette in my village. But yeah.
Oh, right. One of the articles I was reading was like, we should make sure that companies ban the usage of real money in game. And I'm like, you're crazy.
The usage of real money? Like what? No.
Uh, yeah, like real money to get like premium currency. So like no premium currency. And I'm like, you're crazy. How will they earn money? You're crazy.
That's not happening.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Depends on how the
So
kids are raised. Yeah.
it really
Hmm?
shows you that researchers only think about research and they don't think about business.
They should do some research into business. Heyo. Sorry. Okay. Um, but yeah, depends on how the kids are raised in general. And also like um, games can say like, "Oh, you should probably be like at least 13 or something before you play this game," right? But they can't actually stop any kids from doing it, so it's dependent on their parents or whoever's raising them. The more you know. Okay. Well, back to gacha games. Well, back to specifically gacha games. Um, about resource management and stat building and stuff like that comes like the addiction to building characters and stuff and leveling them up and seeing them get stronger and stuff like that. So, I think one of the main reasons why gacha games appeal to me, at least, is the account progression that you can visibly see. Like, if you've played a game for a really long time, if you play like a gacha game for a really long time, you can see like, all the stuff that you've cleared and all the characters that you've gotten and and basically all that sort of effort that you put into the game is like kind of reflected back at you when you look at your account, which is very cool.
Yeah, there's definitely that. But for me, it's this only applies to certain types of gacha games. So usually like card collecting games where there's multiple copies of this, like multiple different variations of the same character. So part of the appeal for me to playing gacha games is to be able to show how much you like that character, how much you've invested into that character, and then display it because you've gotten multiple variations of the same character.
Yeah, I was gonna get into that at some point, which is basically a huge aspect of gacha games is having attractive characters and then also like a sort of idol Oshi stan culture that comes associated with that. So, like a lot of players just like collecting characters and looking at cool art and having it like in their account, even though it's like a PNG that you can download off some wiki online. It's not the same as like actually having it in like on your game.
It's because like when you talk about PNGs, right? Anyone can have a PNG, but on this specific account, on the game account, not everyone can have it because it's a lottery system. It's gacha, it's RNG. So only the most dedicated to this character can
Yeah,
have all of them in their account.
yeah.
That's why the profile display is such a like it's such a common thing, is because people do want to display their accounts.
Hmm. Yeah, girl, he might be lines, but he's your lines.
Yeah, exactly. He might
Yeah.
be lines, but it's real to me.
Yeah, like A3's event SSRs is a good example of that, where you have to be within some percent bracket on the ranking in order to get the event SSR, which means that literally only a percentage of the players are able to get that SSR.
Yeah, so which means you have to be an actual dedicated
Yeah,
liker of that character.
yeah. You gotta grind hard and work hard for your favorite character to show that you truly like them.
Damn, girl, you coffee because you grind so fast.
Why? That doesn't have anything to do with okay. Okay, yeah.
Okay, anyways.
Uh, Another part that I wrote down here for liking characters and stuff is like a lot of people also play gacha games for the story, um, and like the world building and whatnot. And in the story, like when they introduce characters and stuff, and whatever the character does in that story, you're like, oh, I really like this character. I really like how like their personality and whatnot, and so it makes you want to pull for them even more. Cause and then like also sometimes the story will be written like you'll have the story will be written as if like you have this character as like you're teaming up together or something. But if you don't actually have the character, it can feel kind of lacking. Like sometimes in like Genshin story quest, Archon quest, or whatever. Like they'll have like a group of characters be going somewhere together, right? But you know, when it switches to your actual team, you're like, oops, immersion break. I don't have that character. So yeah. Makes you
I
want
don't
to
think
pull.
it's a universal experience.
Then it's just me then. Cool. Um,
Is there anything else to add for Gacha?
uh, uh, kind of covered most. Most
Also,
things.
I think the story thing is just to get like you don't need a story. Like gacha games, card collect like TCGs, card collecting, kind of the same where like some people will collect just for the sake of collection, but the reason that there's a story is to get people attached to the character so they're more likely to pull.
Yeah.
It's all a psychological thing. It's a mind game.
That's how they get you.
Yeah, that's how they get you. Also, very often in gacha games, they'll be like, spend just like $1 for the currency, right? So it's a very small amount of money. Like the first tier of premium currency spending is usually very little, and
Oh,
that's
okay.
actually and most of it will be like, oh yeah, spend so and then get twice the amount the first time you spend.
Hmm.
So these things are actually there to make you more likely to spend because and this is true of all microtransactions, not just gacha games, but it's there so you're more likely to spend. So the first time you spend, it's just a small amount of money. You're more likely to spend again because you're like, oh, I've already spent before. What's
Yeah.
spending another time?
Yeah.
And now that you've already exhausted the small time, like double the amount, right? You'll go on to the next one, which is still double the amount, and then you'll just keep going until you've spent like $100 in one go.
I don't know about spending $100 in one go, but yeah, I know
Pretty
what you mean.
much.
There's like, well, I can't think of any other game that does it, but New Carnival does have like their Sorcerer's Mojo, which is like
Oh, like a
uh
loyalty system for like
yes,
spending.
it is a loyalty system. So basically out it's like a level your Sorcerer's Mojo level increases the more you spend on the game overall, right? So, and with each level increase, there's like a permanent, like little update benefit for you. Stuff like, oh, you know, you have like a couple more, like you have like a larger energy bar, right? You have, like buying these things, you can buy more each day and stuff like that. You can replenish your energy more each day, and you can refresh the shop like more each day. Stuff like that. Yeah. So, I mean, that's nice.
Yeah, like you get game benefits just from spending, like more benefits than just like the game currency.
Yeah.
Uh, and there's also like, and so if you're using New Carnival as an example, there's also prizes for people that spend a certain amount, so they get extras in game currency or extra in game items after they spend that amount of money.
Hmm. Yeah. It's all to get you to spend money.
I mean, at the end of the day, these games are just a business.
Yeah, that's true.
But is it ethical to prey on people's fear of missing out and then their susceptibility to succumb to things like gambling addiction?
Well, so that's that I kind of had like a end general question, right? Where basically, even though we both play gacha games and it is like sort of the main games that we play, and obviously we enjoy it, right? But they have a lot of flaws, and like it's not, it's a lot of brain rot, and it's not like if you spend a lot of time playing gacha games, it's not really mentally healthy behavior. Like even the players will tell like new players like don't play the game. It's actually hell and stuff like that. So like the question is like how much of a problem is it? Like is like you brought up like is it unethical to prey on FOMO and like and gambling addictions and stuff like that, right? Yeah, they're a business, right? But a lot of people enjoy it. So it's got a weird pro and con list going on.
I think like to combat the addiction problem, right? A lot of games have a pity system. So while yeah, there are quite a lot of people who are spending a lot of money, those people are actually less. They're in the smaller percentage
Hmm. Yeah.
because most people don't have that kind of money anyways. But also, uh, because of the pity system, the first most people only like go at it enough so that they get the first copy of of a character or the first copy of a weapon or something like that, right?
Hmm.
So they'll feel fulfilled just from that, and that's just it for that banner.
Yeah.
So I think having pity systems is a good idea. It helps with the regulation to make sure that people don't spend too much. Because technically, with a pity system, like with a good pity system, you'll know even if you don't get like if you don't get it in 10 pools or like if you maxed out pity, you'll know exactly how much you need to spend, right? And then you can think ahead. So you're like, oh, I know that it'll cost me like $30 to get max pity. Do I want to pay $30? You know? So it's not completely chance based. It's just a very expensive PNG.
Yeah. Well, yeah, with gacha systems that have pity and that sort of thing. Like with Genshin, you can literally just calculate how much it takes to basically buy the 5 star that you want. Mm. But like I don't know. Like is that better than gambling addiction? Maybe.
I mean, at least you'll be able to think about it more rationally than just like going into it completely blind and going like, oh, my next lottery ticket, it's going to be a big win. I know I can feel it, you know?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Hmm.
I also I think like games don't have this as far as I know, but having a purchase limit per day would probably help with like the amount people can buy, you know, like having a set limit of how much premium currency you can buy per day should probably be good
Mhm.
in helping regulate the, consumer the
The
consumer
whale.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whales. Uh but also like there are certain things in game that like make you get off game so you don't stick on the game for too long. Like the energy system.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's also the system where you can buy more energy, but most games have a limit to how much energy you can buy per day.
Yeah.
So in the end, they don't want you to they want you to play the game, but they also have systems set in place so that you don't stay on the game for too long.
Yeah.
We're all trying to combat addiction.
Mm, okay, cool. So we've talked about uh fuck. We've talked about collecting rare things, having clout, and showing it off. Talked about research management, stat building, meta and nerd shit, and talked about account progression is cool. Uh, being able to see how much effort and how much stuff that you've collected over time, and what else?
What else?
These are just things that people why people like to play gacha games. There's also the awkward one, which is gameplay. Some games have more gameplay than others.
Wow. Imagine playing a gacha for the gameplay. Can't be me.
That's the thing.
You don't play for the hot characters.
Everyone has a different reason. We're all here for, yeah. I think that one person that makes like New Carnival uh YouTube videos on like how to pass each level and stuff like that with low rarity cards and everything. Like they also made a tier list on like which cards are good, like meta wise. And I'm like, this person's really here for the gameplay. And I'm like, wow, for a BL porn game, this is kind of crazy to see. It's very fun though. A lot of I think like a a running joke in the New Carnival fan space is like how they came in here trying to just see some BL, see some porn, and then all of a sudden
And
they're
then
like, how do I clear 10 dash what was the
23.
10-23? I need help, guys. What cards should I use? What should I focus on leveling up? It's very funny.
Came for the sex, stayed for the game.
Stayed for the game. Yeah. Have you done Sorcerer's Trials? And
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know how far I've gotten, but I've got like what 75 stars, so not too shabby for a new account.
Nice, nice. Yeah. Like Sorcerer's Trials, Spiral Abyss 2 and Genshin, like sometimes they'll have like
Oh wait, no, you
intentionally
said Sorcerer's Trials and not the other thing.
what's the other thing?
The other thing is the
The
one where you
Lost
get stars. Yeah. Wait, the
what?
stars are Sorcerer's
Yeah,
Trials. The
Stars are
Lost
Sorcerer's
Relics
Trial.
are the other thing.
Yeah.
Never
Lost
mind.
Relics is the other thing that's more similar to Spiral Abyss. Sorcerer's Trial is just a bunch of harder levels. But yeah. But they'll have like things that require you to put a lot of effort into your characters, into your teams, right? So that it's there to challenge you. And people like that. People like trying to build teams and trying to figure out like what's the strongest combination that I can use and then try to test it against these really hard levels. You know. The gameplay, bro.
There's also things like if there's a sense of pride to get through hard levels if you're a completely free to play player. Some people are really addicted to that.
Oh, yeah, for sure. There's just a sense of pride on free to play in general.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Because those are our strongest warriors.
Yeah, because like obviously, you have to put in way more effort and get the currencies to get whatever. So, yes. It's like Spiral Abyss would obviously be easier if your whole team was like C6, but that's just not like possible. If you're free to play or not even free to play, just fishing or something. Mhm.
Want to talk about like random gacha terms like whales and fishing and dolphins?
Okay. Well, what else is there other than whales and fishing? Okay, well, would you like
The
to
concept of pulling for a character is also pretty abstract, because you're not pulling anything.
Yeah, I guess. Okay. Well,
Okay, Miko, so what is a whale?
A whale is a person that spends way too much in a gacha.
wow! I don't think it's limited to gacha games because any.
There's whales in investment too.
Oh, really? I thought it was only
Yeah.
games. Like people who just spend too much on free-to-play games in general. Like it doesn't necessarily have to be a gacha game.
Here it is. In the world of investing, the term whale is often used in reference to a market participant with enough buying or selling power to cause a temporary increase or decrease in an asset's price. I'm pretty
Oh,
sure the term whaling probably got an inspiration from that
yeah, for sure.
and then came into the gacha stuff, which just turns into a person that is willing to spend a large amount of money on a certain character or characters.
Hmm.
But the definition of what a whale is differ from person to person because some people say if you spend any amount of money in the game, you are a whale. But others say that you need to spend like upwards of hundreds of dollars on a game for you to be considered a whale.
Yeah.
And it has to be a consistent amount of spending. So you spend consistently to be considered a whale.
Hmm. It's just whatever your definition of like a lot is, because whales are just people who spend a lot of money.
Yeah. And that was like when you said go fishing, right? Like when you're just fishing. So fishing became a term that's like kind of derived from whaling. So whaling is to spend a lot of money on the games, and fishing is to spend a little bit of money on a game.
Yeah.
So it's a smaller marine animal.
Exactly. And then you get to the medium size, which is dolphin.
Yeah. So dolphins spend a little bit more than fishing. So these like fishing and dolphin, they're more they're more like what do you call it? It's more subjective than whaling.
Yeah. So, so gacha game terminology is just the amount of money you spend correlates with how
A marine
large of a
animal.
marine animal you are.
Like, are you an orca or are you a blue whale?
I didn't think you'd get into different types of whales. I thought you'd just keep it within like different creatures. Dolphins, whales, sharks.
There are sharks that are smaller than dolphins, though.
Fuck. uh Forget it. I've never heard anyone use the term shark. It's whale, dolphin, and fish.
Even dolphin is pretty rare. You'll hear fish and whale a lot more often. Whaling definitely a lot often.
Yeah,
Fish sometimes, but dolphin rarely.
yeah, yeah. Cool. What else? Pulling for characters?
Yeah, so the concept of pulling, and it actually I think it differs from language to language because in Thai you're actually pressing for characters. So they say you're pressing for characters instead of pulling for characters, which I think is really interesting. It's just like how did the term pulling even come into play? Like how did it become a thing? Because yeah, it would make more sense if you're I'm pressing gacha, right? But no, in English you say you're pulling gacha.
Yeah, I see. I don't know where it came from. I'm just assuming it's just translation because I remember like the buttons that they'll say like do one pull or do 110 pull, right? Or like they're when they describe you like doing a gotcha, right? They'll describe it as a pull in English. I think they did that for A3, I know that. I think they also did that for Love Live, so I just got used to saying pull. Maybe it's because those games you're pulling for cards, and when you lay a deck of cards out, you pull cards out of the deck.
Maybe, yeah.
Completely hypothetical. But yeah. Oh, there's also, other than pull, some people say rolls. One roll or 10
Yeah.
rolls. Uh, yeah.
I think
Does
rolling you can kind of understand because gacha came from gachapon, and when you turn the gacha things, the thing inside turns, and the gachapon rolls out,
yeah.
so it makes sense.
Games will also change the term depending on like the how their system is written. So like Genshin, you have wishes, so you do one wish or 10 wishes. But you know, people who just played a lot of gacha games will just default to the one they use most often in their
Yeah.
phrasing and language.
Uh,
Yeah.
I think usually, like universally, people will understand you if you say pools, but like if you say wish or contracts, stuff like that, like a universal gacha player,
Yeah,
like
that it's too
the
specific
general
to the
gacha player
game.
would not understand it. It would, yeah. Pools have become more of a universal, like pools and roles are more universal usage.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. More gacha terminology. Want to talk about pity?
I thought we already talked about pity.
Do we explain it? I don't know.
So a pity system in a gacha is uh when there's a certain threshold for a maximum for you to get a character or an item.
Pulling from a pool of characters. Oh, I see.
Yeah. Uh, so you don't have to spend too much to get a certain character, and then you can. It's like 180 pools max, and then you get this character.
Yeah.
You know, that's a pity system set in place so that you get a guarantee of the character that you're pulling for.
Not necessarily the character, just the rarity.
Sometimes not the character, sometimes just an equivalent rarity.
Yeah.
But some games also have a soft and hard pity, where soft pity is considered when the gacha rates start increasing.
Yeah.
So like usually it's like, oh, you only have what do you call it? You only have like a 60,
But
like a 10, like a 1% chance, and then it increases more and more as you hit this threshold for soft pity.
yeah. Yeah.
And then by the time it goes to 100, you'll have hit hard pity, stuff like that.
Yep. Also, I forgot to bring this up earlier, but like you said, like, oh yeah, like SSR 5-star rates are like 1 to 2% or something like that. But Genshin's 5-star rate is 0.6.
Yeah, some games just hurt you like that.
Genshin's rate is actually very, very criminal. If they didn't have a pity, it would be awful. But like because their 5-star rate is so low, at least for me, I don't think I've ever gotten a 5-star like under
Before pity?
soft pity. No, I've only gotten 5 stars after I've hit like 70 or 80, like when I'm in the soft pity zone and the rate has started increasing. That's when I get 5 stars.
Jeez.
Yeah, I've never gotten it in like 20 or 30 or whatever pulls. That's never happened to me. Because
Your
it's
luck
the rate
terrible.
is 0.6, man. Also, the 4-star
Yeah,
rate
but
is 5.1 apparently, which is insane. But at least 10 pulls, 10 like because the 4-star pity is 10, so it's barely noticeable because people, yeah.
but holy shit, your luck actually terrible.
Yeah, that's
I mean, actually,
right.
it makes sense. So luck, if we take out luck as as part of the equation, you not getting it makes sense because the rates are so low. But like,
Mhm.
dude, your luck actually terrible.
Wow, my luck is so terrible. I cannot hit that 0.6 percentage. I've got to wait for it to increase and soft pity. I'm not like that.
Not built like that.
Not built like that, no. Which is why whenever I'm like, oh man, I want to go for a character in Genshin, I try to make sure it's like I at least have 70 or 80 pulls. Because I'm like, if I pull just like 30 times, I know I'm not like I like don't even bother. Like it's not gonna happen. I'm so
I'm
defeated.
delusional. I'm
Undelusional.
delusional enough. If I'm delusional enough, I can manifest them. Oh, actually, let's talk about gacha rituals. Some
Oh my
people
god,
are
I forgot
delusional.
about that. Yeah.
So with gacha games, because it's such a game based on chance, people have turned to doing in quotation marks rituals to help you increase your luck to
Yeah,
get the character that
exactly.
you want because the rates are so low.
Hmm.
So there can be people who actually go to shrines and pray, or people who aren't as serious and then do like and in like a what do you call it? Like a magic circle they draw with
Yeah.
the characters.
They'll draw magic circles. They'll find usually stuff related to the character, right? Like oh, like their favorite foods or their favorite color or whatever, right? They'll try to gather a bunch of things related to that character to try to like manifest them, right? I know like some games when you have like home screen characters, like whoever you set on their home screen, sometimes they factor that into it. It's like, oh, I've got to set like the character I want, like their best friend is on my home screen, so they'll come home easily, right?
There's also people who say like desire sensor is a real thing
Oh
where it's
yes,
like if you
desire
decide
sensor.
if you want something really bad, you're not gonna get it. So you need to meditate before you pull.
Yes, yeah. You have to have no desire, no no desires at all. That's the only way it'll come home. Oh right, and also like the term coming home too is
It's
the
actually just an English thing.
oh
They don't say
really?
it in Thai. Yeah, they don't say it in Thai. When I said it, everyone looked at me weird.
Okay, well dang. So I guess yeah, just the English thing, the term coming home is just like whatever character like or like getting whatever character. Because it's like they're coming home, I guess.
That insinuates that they've been home before.
Yeah, right. I don't know where it came from. Maybe it's like a you belong with me moment. Come home. This is where
Place
you
Taylor
should
Swift in the
be.
background.
Yeah.
Dude, if I were to do a magic circle, like get stuff Aiden likes just to get him, what the fuck do I do? Do I need to buy a bunch of
No,
dildos?
don't you dare.
I need to get someone to pull for me with their dick.
No, ew. Oh my god. Oh yeah, like a lot of times gacha play like the actual pulling part. Like you said pulling with your dick, but like I don't think people do that. But like I have seen
I think someone's done that.
okay, maybe someone's done that. But I have seen people use like their nipples before. I've used my nipple before, it didn't work. Or like, I don't know.
Use their dog's nose or like
Yeah,
hamster's paw.
yeah. Or like their bird's tongue or something, I don't know. Or like they'll hand it to their friend sometimes because they don't have quote desire sensor, right? So they're like, "Oh yeah, my friend will probably be able to get it because they aren't tainted like I am."
Yeah. There's a bunch of like superstition. Like everyone says they're not religious, they're not superstitious, and then they play a gacha game and suddenly everyone is superstitious.
Yeah, exactly.
Bordering on spiritual.
There's like a love life thing. I remember watching this on YouTube too, and they're like, "This is how you make your, this is how to get your UR to come home, right?" And then like you like have to set whatever character on your home screen. You have to like tap it a bunch of times and then pull. And they're like, "This is the ritual, and it works." I tried it; it did not work. They lied.
I have like zero desire sensor for Bandori, and I usually get the character.
See, that's why it's such a conspiracy because it doesn't make any logical sense, and yet so much evidence that points towards it.
So much evidence.
Yeah.
It's just become like a superstitious belief. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, gacha is painful. Don't do it. Run away. If you've never played a gacha game, don't do it.
Do it. Actually experience something new.
That's true. Well, I mean, get into it for. Actually, you know what? Never mind. Yeah, play it. Do whatever you want. There's no right way to play a gacha game. You can just be in
No,
it
there
for.
is.
Hello. I was gonna say you could just be in it for like hot, sexy characters.
That is the right way to play.
That's the right
You're
way to
in it.
play.
You need to play it for the hot, sexy characters, nothing else.
Yeah. Ew, you play for meta?
Disgusting. Fucking sweaty gacha gamers.
Bloody gacha gamers. The ones out there doing math. When you have to start pulling out your calculator for your gacha game, that means you were down pretty bad.
Yeah, you're in too deep.
You're in way yeah.
You're lost in the sauce.
Like, I have to calculate how many event points I have to do every single day so that I can make sure that I'm within the percentage bracket for the event SSR.
I should have done that actually. Calculate how many points I need a day, so I didn't have to like gem my way through and then realize I finished like 12 days early.
Oh my god. I mean, there is that. Sometimes you just gem your way through like on the first night, like what I did.
Oh, actually, most people. Okay, if you're in games like A3, people will gem their way through the first 2-3 days
Yeah.
if they want to get into the percentage bracket.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because you can get like a copy of the SSR at like whatever event point number.
When does Bliss come out again? In 3 days?
I think it's 3 days now, yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited. 100 pools.
100 pulls. So excited to throw all those contracts immediately.
Dude,
Actually.
so we're getting a new event and then we're getting 100 pools. Come on. If I don't get it in one of my fucking accounts, I'm gonna cry.
We don't even know if Bliss is gonna be what do you call it? Is Bliss gonna start over or is it
I don't think they're starting over because they posted the new event teaser.
did they post it or did they retweet it? I forgot.
They posted it.
Oh.
I
Oh,
checked.
no.
Yeah, oh no.
Oh no. Now it's the part of the podcast where we start going off topic by crying into the new carnival. But it's still kind of on topic since it's a gacha game. Whoa!
For once, we're not completely off
We're
topic.
not completely. Our topic chosen, it's just, I don't know, it's a constant. Because I met all of you guys through gacha games, and the only thing I play nowadays are gacha games. Pretty much. So, this is my life now. uh yeah, exciting new carnival event. I'm so curious to know who it is, but you said you had to wait like a week?
Yeah, I think so. Let me check.
There's like, I know, okay, like new carnival events, and it's somewhat of a problem that I have with the game, but like they have barely any rest time between events. It'll be like they'll be kind of back to back.
Oh yeah, like the current one and the rerun.
Yeah, they'll do reruns during current events, and then after an event ends, it'll be like a day or two, or like immediately it's the next event or something. I don't know, but yeah. Actually, is it a day or two? When does it end? Like the 25th? The current one? The 24th or something? But the event actually closes the end of January. Maybe they has like a week in between. I don't know.
Here it is. Usual reminder that is perfectly on schedule. New World banner closes Feb 1. Tuesday of the week before that is Tuesday 23rd. That's when the silhouettes should begin to drop. Actually, the 23rd! Not 28th. Actually, it's tomorrow. It might drop tomorrow.
What? Oh my god. Cool, great, awesome. I will. Great. Excitement. I cannot wait to get home from work tomorrow to see the silhouettes. Usually, they have like a pretty consistent hairstyle thing, like Dante with his two cowlicks, so pretty sure we'll be able to tell. And also because, like, it's dependent on how long the other characters haven't had an SSR.
Yeah, that's why some people are saying it's gonna be Yakumo, but a lot of people are saying it's going to be Kuya because the.
It's definitely gonna be Kuya. He's been the longest without an SSR. But I don't know about Yakumo. When his last one was the one with Garu, where he has really long hair. How
It's been
long
a while
ago
since
was it?
that one, hasn't it?
Has it been that long? I don't think it's been that long.
Long enough for someone to have 100 contract bundles.
I see.
Actually, look in Discord. I sent you some ideas for a Yakumo and a Kuya version.
The snake in the tail. I see. uh my god. I'm praying. I really hope it's Ray. Just cause like, you know, royalty. And also cause he's been without an SSR since
Rusted Nation.
Rusted Nation. And he only has two so far because he's new. The squirrel. Oh my god. Tiny child. uh,
This person draws Kuya so fluffy.
I'm so like, oh, Funky Kuya. I'm so sad because with the event description, I feel like there wouldn't be a reason for Kuya to have ears and a tail, and that makes me upset. Oh my god. Father, no.
Oh my god, they drew Shunky Topper.
Chunky Topper. Oh, he's so cute. He's so round. And his little feet. Chunky Topper. the buff father made me realize that maybe like something similar for this year's April Fools. Since their first April Fools, they had buff topper.
I mean, this year's anniversary also had buff topper.
Oh yeah. I forgot. I don't know when it first happened. It was either the April Fools or it was like the little 4 combo with Quincy. Yeah. And then the second April Fools was like a pretend H scene with like the common the enemies, the mobs. Like the gangsters and the guy with the rose and like the robbers and stuff like that. Oh yeah, don't. Okay. Gacha games are very dependent on characters, by the way. I don't know if we talked about that much, but or if it was implied. But the whole point is collecting characters, so the characters need to be very appealing, and it is usually the main reason why people play. And I think is it like it's become sort of a trend to do something for April Fool's Day where like they'll change their title menu screen or they'll have like a specific event for April Fools or they'll do
Yeah, it's
something.
kind of become a tradition to do that.
Yeah, and it's very funny.
Not all games do it though. Like Genshin doesn't have an April Fool's thing.
No. I think it's mostly
The Japanese games usually do it.
yes, Japanese games do it. Does like okay, do games like FGO or Arknights do it?
Oh no, I don't play.
I also don't play. 'Cause I want to say it's like
The Josei Muke stuff definitely
Jose
do it.
Muke. Yeah, they do it most often. Also, like Bang Dream, I know does it, right? I don't know.
Bandori? Don't know.
Bandori? Maybe it's something. I was gonna say rhythm games. I was like, wait, no, not rhythm games. Yeah. Shrug. Yeah.
Tangent, but I don't like the name Bang Dream. I just
That's
think
just
it's a
how
little.
I associate it in my American brain.
No, I meant like. I just think it's a little, bang. Bang, banging, bang. Yeah.
That
Anyway.
is a you problem.
Yeah.
Normal people hear the word bang and they think, oh, like the sound.
Yeah, I know. So that's why I usually say Bandori and like the Japanese name and not Bang Dream
Bang dream.
because I have a problem.
Wow. Hmm. Oh. What else?
Bandori, girls band a party.
Okay. I never played Bandori or Bang Dream.
No, you have.
No, I haven't.
Yes, you have. Did we wait? Which game did we play rhythm together?
That was Project Sekai.
Oh, never
Or,
mind then.
Hatsune Miku. Colorful. What was the
Stage.
colorful stage? Yeah, the English version. I don't know why they changed it. Maybe because Miku is marketable.
Definitely.
They're like, oh my god, honey, this one's got Hatsune Miku in it.
Actually, I think in the Coachella lineup, Hatsune
Oh
Miku
yeah,
is in there.
yeah. It's really fun.
Hatsune Miku!
Miku.
It was like Hatsune Miku.
So funny. The Miku's like right next to a bunch of like American pop artists.
Apparently, they got a lot of like lesser known artists for Coachella. So
Oh.
most of the mainstream people that like going out are like, oh, who are all these? But like most of the introverts are like, holy shit, I know most of these people. That's so cool. Are they going to go out to watch them? Probably not.
Yeah, I don't know what the thought process was for that one. Well, it's good to give smaller bands. I don't know the correct term.
Artists.
Artists, yes. The larger stage, but you know, the introvert fans are definitely not going to Coachella.
I mean, I might go for Hatsune Miku.
Yeah, you're gonna fly over here.
No, I said might.
Might. Yeah, I might. Yeah, I might go. Yeah, I might win the lottery. Yeah, I might fly to Antarctica. You know, you never know.
I think there's a oh, coming back to Gacha,
Mhm.
there's this like phrase that's stuck with me ever since I watched the Giguk video. It's that the chances aren't zero, but the chances are basically 100% with my credit card.
No. Yes, in some cases, yes. But in other cases, no, it's actually not.
I mean, if you just keep spending and you keep going at it, you'll get it eventually, probably.
Yeah, technically, yes, you will probably get it eventually, but if there's no pity for like the specific character that you want, then you could,
Who knows when?
yeah, who knows what they're like basically the possibility of getting them eventually is not zero, but the possibility of actually never getting them is also not zero. You can just keep pulling into infinity and never get that character.
Man, I'm
Insanity.
hungry.
Very sad. Hunger.
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 All I have is fried banana.
Okay. Fried banana or dried banana?
Fried.
Okay. Do they put crust on it to fry it? Do you have to put breadcrumbs to fry something?
No. This is not the breaded kind. This is just like banana and then frying kind.
Okay.
Because usually you'll like bread the banana and then fry it that way.
Right.
But this is like closer to banana chips. Kind of like plantains. Yeah. So I don't know the difference between bananas and plantains because in Thai we just call them all bananas because plantains are a type of banana.
What the hell are plantains?
Bananas.
Okay.
Please excuse she's just not cultured like that.
What? I'm sorry. All I eat is bread.
I'm calling your dad.
No, please.
I'm calling Mr. No.
Mr. No sounds horrible. Um, I made curry the other day, and the more I ate the curry, the less it tasted like anything. I don't know what was going on.
Pour your margarita in it.
Why do you want to kill me? Okay.
Okay. There's a subsection of our talk where we decide next week's episode with the help of chat. There's just one singular say.
Okay, yeah. Next week's episode. Wow. What should it be?
Bananas.
Yippee! Don't you fucking dare. Next week's episode is just called Eating Healthy, because we don't.
Actually, we could actually talk about health, like the health eating and stuff.
Like superfoods, health craze, organic products.
Yeah, health crazes, stuff like that. Like
Dieting.
how eating healthy has become unattainable.
Ooh. Uh-oh.
Next week's episode, eating healthy.
Eating healthy. I feel like, but like, yeah, like I know what we could talk about, but I don't think we're qualified to talk about it.
I
You know?
mean,
Like it's a lot of like
from a
do
consumer
as
standpoint.
we say and not as we do sort of thing.
From a consumer standpoint, you know.
Okay.
Eating healthy is so fucking difficult for us specifically because of these challenges. We're not talking about everyone.
Nutritionists.
I do know someone learning to be a nutritionist though.
All right, time to bring them in.
I don't think they want to be in here.
Eating healthy and how it's unattainable.
I mean, none of us are like health professionals, and we talked about body positivity.
Yeah, I guess. But at least with like the body positivity one is because like I don't know.
People make video essays about everything they're not qualified to talk about. Why can't we talk about health and nutrition?
It's because we don't like practice it, you know?
We can't because it's expensive.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, fine.
I don't no, like we could. I don't know how long we can talk about it for though.
Yeah, actually, good point.
Maybe if you combine it with something else. Body positivity part 2.
Health culture. Yeah, we
Oh.
talk about health culture as a whole. Health fads.
Yeah, like eating healthy, health fads, yeah, like all the different kinds of diets people do. Juice cleanse,
Yeah.
soup cleanse, keto. Eating vegetarian or vegan.
Eating a vegetarian or vegan for your health, and
Specifically for your health, yeah.
yeah, and not like as a choice for other things.
Yeah. Yeah, so you can look away now, Peta.
When have I ever cared about PETA? Soup cleanse? Oh my god, I'm gonna.
Soup cleanse. Are you not familiar, Zay? Soup cleanse, juice cleanse, it's just like drinking juice or soup instead of eating anything else. I think.
That's so bad.
It's bad, yeah. Don't. Your shit is liquid, okay. That's sad.
Does porridge count as soup?
Yeah.
Really?
I don't know. Actually, maybe it's too much, like the consistency isn't the same. Never mind. Because porridge has too much rice in it for it to be soup. If it was mostly water and then like a little bit of rice, then it would be soup. Chalky soup. Yeah, but like in the end, soup is still mostly liquidish, right? And porridge is liquidish, but it's got like a like it's more solid than regular soup. This is my defense. All right, I want to do I don't know when you guys are free, but I want to do this one game show stream. I haven't had a chance to set up yet. But I'm thinking maybe Chinese New Year again, or not Lunar New Year. So like whole vegetables and those. No. It still counts as soup. The next topic is it soup? It still counts as soup if it's mostly like a liquid. Like you could have a whole vegetable in it, right? But you can still like sip it like a drink. You can
So
do a
cereal is
slurp.
soup?
Yeah, cereal is soup.
Ew.
Actually, wait, no. Never mind. I take that back. Yes, it does technically follow the definition, but the part of cereal that you're focusing on eating is the cereal itself and not the milk. So it is not soup because soup, if it was soup, then it would be the milk that's the uh main focus. You can sip porridge so like soup. Can but it's not as liquid. You can't sure you can sip it, but it's not like okay, so how about this? You can't drink it through a straw.
You can drink porridge with a straw though.
What? What kind of porridge are you thinking of?
Tapioca straw.
Okay, you can't drink it through a regular straw, not a tapioca straw. It has to be one of those plastic neon straws you get from like McDonald's, Starbucks,
Oh,
the Starbucks
actually,
straw.
let's just make next week's topic what is soup?
Uh, we go
Yeah,
from
actually, if your
yeah.
porridge is fine enough, you can drink it with a normal straw.
I guess. Sure. But it's still not it's not liquid enough for it to be a soup. Sure, we can make the next topic is it soup? Is it soup and then a bunch of other related stupid questions. Like how many holes does a paper towel roll have? Or
D4, but we're head empty.
yeah, exactly. Or like, is a hot dog a sandwich? Is the taco a sandwich? Cream soups that have almost the consistency of a smoothie. Are they soup or are they smoothie? See, I am aware of what you're talking about. I just think you're wrong.
Oh, in the state of California, following a court decision, bees are considered fish.
What the fuck? Bees?
Yeah.
I know there's probably some science argument for it.
No, there's no science argument.
What? There isn't? Then why?
It's they classified bees as fish to put them under the endangered species list. To protect the bees, they had to classify them as fish.
Oh, okay. Okay. Interesting. But even though they're classified as fish, if there's no actual reason for them to be classified as fish other than the whole endangered species loophole that they're trying to do, then no, they are not fish. You just watched a video on it. Wow. Once again, you guys share the same algorithm.
Next D4 episode, we can talk about.
Is it soup?
unqualified people making podcasts.
You open the episode and it's just two big arrows pointed at us. It lasts for 3 seconds and then the stream ends.
People calling everything they talk about a video essay. Because I feel like
Maybe?
video essays need to have like some kind of structure and research done, right? But some people are just like
Some people just sit in a chair and
regurgitation of
rant.
their
Yeah.
just sit there and rant or like regurgitate their opinions, and it's like I don't know.
Yeah.
But then there's things like persuasive essays or like, so I'm like, maybe.
I don't know what counts as a video essay anymore. I feel like most of the quote video essays that I watch are like they have enough
One Piece
research. It's not I didn't think about the One Piece ones. I was thinking about the real life ones.
You want to talk about BBLs?
BBLs?
Yeah, plastic surgeries, stuff like that.
Is that are they coming back?
I mean, it's a lot more accepted now to have plastic surgery than it was before in like early 2010.
Yeah, but that's also because plastic surgery has gotten better, so it's not like super apparent when people are like, "Oh my god, you got surgery."
There's also like buccal fat removal or buccal fat removal. I'm not sure how you say it.
Where is that?
Cheeks. Cheek fat removal.
Right. Yes. I mean, we could, but I don't. Again, I feel like we won't have enough to
Unqualified
talk
health
about.
professionals.
No, not like we're not qualified, because everyone else who talks about the plastic surgery are usually also not
unqualified.
qualified. But like, I don't know. I don't think it's enough to span like
I hit the
now.
bar crunch. I'm sorry.
Yeah. All I've been hearing from this other side is crunching noises and dog whining. I'm okay with the first one you suggested with the healthy eating.
We don't have to be nutritionists to talk about healthy eating in general, I don't think.
No. I mean, because we're both consumers, and also because we both are on the internet, right? So we know we have seen like influencers promoting the sort of healthy diet culture thing that's going around.
Yeah, we can talk about diet culture.
Yeah.
And like, nothing we say is going to be advice for how to diet. We're just commenting on what we see.
Yep. I don't know, like part of me is like, yeah, that sounds like an okay topic, but the other half of me is like, but you know, I feel like this has been talked about a lot.
How about male audacity?
Male audacity. Oh my god. We just watch an episode of 90 Day Fiancé and scream at it.
You watch Singles Inferno and scream at it.
Singles Inferno. Hmm. 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 Let me see.
Oh, I know.
Yeah?
Podcast topics, books, travel, advice, podcasting about podcasts. True crime, business, technology, day in the life, celebrity. We can do a day in the life of us.
No, who the fuck would want to watch the day in the life? I wake up and then I fall back asleep again, and then I actually
I
wake
wake up
up.
at 4:30. I wake up at 4:30 to check New Carnival, and then I go back to sleep.
I eat 3 slices of bread for lunch, and then the 5th slice of bread for dinner.
What happened to the fourth slice?
It was the in between snack. Hmm.
Gender equality.
Gender equality.
My qualifications are I have gender.
I mean, I'm okay with talking about that. It's just too broad. If you narrow it down a
I'm
little bit.
joking. I'm joking.
Okay, well, sorry. We can talk
Oh, we
about
can actually talk about like. I think this is more on you than it is on me, but like the Asian experience.
the Asian experience.
And like you know how it's like a lot of people say what when they were growing up liking things that are Asian are considered very like you need to be in the closet about it. Like you can't say you like anime, you can't say you like Japanese music or Korean music, right? Because people will make fun of you for it. But then nowadays it's cool to like those things.
Uh,
Like you
yeah.
used to be people used to be made fun of for having monolids or smaller eyes, but now there are RCTAs that are like sub listen to this subliminal every day for to get a monolid.
Oh my god, yeah.
Right.
We could talk, hmm, but talking. I don't know how innovative it would be.
I mean it's just talking. I don't think our Gacha game was super innovative.
That's true. Talk about like the Asian experience. Then, then what? What about you?
Oh. Yeah, good question. Because I grew up Asian in an Asian country. I've never been made fun of for having eyes that are smaller than
I mean,
white people's.
to be fair, in my case, where I was growing up, it was liberal enough, and also it was like, I guess, it was like around the time where people were like, we have to accept everyone and that sort of thing, and like, and I remember in elementary school, it was a very big deal to make sure to be like, oh yes, you have to be very inclusive towards everyone, and we respect everyone of different cultures and whatever, right? Even though it was like kind of on the like awkward, but it wasn't ever like ever. It wasn't ever people like making fun of you or anything like that. So I had the the luxury, the privilege of not having that experience.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Well, then we can just talk about how liking weeb stuff has become cool nowadays instead of like it's more
liking
acceptable to like niche things now.
yeah. Liking weeb stuff, also liking video games. Like like
Yeah.
it's cool to play video games now, I guess. And
Yeah, we
also
can talk
other
about
nerdy
that shit.
things. D&D is
We
also more popular.
D&D is a lot more popular nowadays. Like
Yeah.
the game of the year is the D&D game.
Yeah. And I was like, wow, that's crazy. But I feel like we're not like, I don't know. I guess
We're
we
not
can
deep in the sauce.
we're not deep enough in the sauce. And also, we're not like, at least for me, I'm not old enough to the point where it's like, cuz like when I was in school, you know, people
It was
weren't
already cool.
playing D&D. like not that it was already cool. I still feel like there was like a sort of like, oh yeah, that sort of anime kawaii shit that you like is a little strange. But like the thing is like I never heard about D&D until like the end of high school, because it was kind of over by then because it was like a 90s thing, right? And then like as I was growing up, nobody was really playing it. Or if people were playing it, I had no idea.
Hmm. Then I guess we'll be talking about health and nutrition.
We can talk about health and nutrition.
Health fads, actually. Just health fads. That would
Health,
make more sense.
yeah. We can expand it a little too and talk about sort of like the aesthetic perfect lifestyle that people try to paint.
That girl lifestyle.
The that girl lifestyle. Yeah, yeah. Which includes like the sort of like healthy eating, like
Green juice.
green juice. Green juice. What I eat in a day, and it's like 5 avocados.
Actually, there was this girl who was like, what I eat in a day to not because I'm not what do you call it? To not be conscious of how I weigh. And she starts off with, my breakfast is 5 pounds of watermelon. And everyone's like, girl, if you're eating 5 pounds of watermelon, I think you are weight conscious.
Smells like a hypocritical statement. But yeah, I feel like I watch a good amount, but also not enough of like health content.
Well, we have a week.
I have a week to change myself and to prepare myself. Healthy eating. Health. Hmm.
We're gonna talk about Omegaverse next time. We already did
Omegaverse
that.
Part 2. The scary thing is, I know, like, if we keep this up, it will eventually happen. Omegaverse Part 2.
There's nothing else to talk about, though.
There's nothing. We can talk about, like, fan fiction.
Oh, fanfiction and fanfiction tropes, actually.
Yeah.
Why the top fanfictions are all MLM.
Why the top fan fictions are all MLM. Hmm.
I think it's because, like, from the source material, they don't write the women good enough, so we don't have as much of an emotional connection to them.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, and also
And the people, like men, that do have like some kind of like emotional attachment to the female characters aren't usually the type to write fan fictions.
yeah, exactly. Most of the people who write fan fictions are people who tend to be more attracted to men anyway, so most of the fan fiction are about men. Also, men are usually the main characters in
Yeah,
those
so
sorts of
there's
popular
like
stories.
they're more fleshed out.
Yeah,
They're written
exactly.
better. There's more content of them.
Yeah. So obviously fanfiction will have more MLM and just male characters in the focus in general. 'Cause that's just what the content is. That's what the main source material is like. So it's it's not the fanfic writer's fault for writing
Yeah,
about the
exactly.
men.
Exactly. Because some people are like, the reason there's so many MLM is because of fetishization, and I think they're very wrong.
No, please.
Because if you've actually read fan fiction, you'll know that that's not right.
Oh my god. Cool headaches. Yeah. But if we talk about fanfiction, so we can talk about fanfiction tropes.
Yeah. The fucking florist and tattoo artist trope.
Oh my god.
Coffee shop AUs.
Coffee shop, Hanahaki disease, soulmate AU, the multitude amount of different soulmate AUs where it's like you get tattooed like the first thing they say to
First
you.
word, yeah. The
or
first word they
like
say to you is
the
tattoo, or
moment
like the timer,
yeah, the
the
timer.
timer,
or like
the countdown to the moment you meet each other.
the moment you see each other, your world turns into color or something.
Ah, I
Yeah.
love that one.
Good shit, good shit.
They don't really
And
do red string of fate, or like you're the only one who can see the red string, and it's connected to someone you don't like.
oh yeah. Yeah. We can do fan fiction, but like specifically safe for work fan fiction. So
Okay,
I'm
so
watching
no
you.
breeding kinks.
No breeding kinks, because I feel like that will overlap with some of the other stuff we've already talked about with Omegaverse and problematic fiction and whatever. So
Okay,
specifically like meet cutes and other fanfiction tropes that happen a lot. We can touch on
okay. Next week,
some.
fanfiction.
Yeah, next week's fanfiction. We gotta stick to the topics that we know
That
the
we know.
most. Yeah. That we feel qualified for.
Enemies to lovers, friends to lovers,
Oh
childhood friends to
yeah.
lovers,
Strangers to lovers.
the two lovers, unrequited love, pining, slow
I know.
burn,
Slow burn.
hurt, comfort.
Her comfort. Angst, no happy ending.
No!
Major character death.
Dead dove do not eat.
Dead dove.
Dead dove is not a genre of fiction, though.
No. It's just a warning label.
Yeah.
Don't like, don't read. Don't like, don't read.
Nelly, don't like, don't read.
Yeah. That was from fanfiction.net, right?
Yeah.
It started there for sure.
Devent art and fanfiction.net. It's
Oh
like,
yeah.
Yaoi, don't like, don't read.
Remember when you could read, or you probably still can read fanfictions off DeviantArt?
Ugh. That Chase X reader. Ugh.
Chase. Dude, I had to like there's like a specific website for My Little Pony fanfiction. I don't know, like maybe Bronies just felt too out of place on fanfiction or AO3, but I had to dig out the other website because everything on AO3 was kind of bad. But everything on the other website was also kind of bad, so
In the end, it's just all bad.
in the end, it's just bad. Nothing tickled me the right way. It was so sad.
My brain itch right now is just domestic family stuff.
But specifically Kuya Aiden.
Yes.
Not just any
How'd
domestic
you
family
know?
stuff. Wow! Yeah, I don't know. It was just a random guess. I can't believe I got it right.
Just a fox, his vixen, and some kits.
Oh my god. I thought we were gonna not talk about breeding kinks.
I didn't talk about breeding king. I just said domestic family.
Yeah.
Bro. Not everything has to be a breeding kink, the fuck?
The family was born from the breeding kink. You literally went in like a progression like from breeding king to domestic family. It's like you actually had the children. That's crazy. Congratulations on your birth.
What? Ah, yes, my birth. I am the child.
Yeah, exactly.
I am the Kuya A child. These ears, they're not dog ears, they're
No.
wolf. No shit.
Wolf.
No, that's still a dog. They're fox ears.
So that's your lore.
Yeah, I'm Kuya Aiden's love child. My hair is actually brown, but I dyed it.
I mean, I'd believe it. You have a purpley color scheme anyway, so
Shit.
yeah, exactly. Like, like you say this
I,
jokingly, but I'm like, I can see it.
I'm a master of illusions.
Master of
I do
illusion.
have a thing for purple characters though.
Do you?
Yeah, Masumi was purple coded.
Oh, Masumi. Oh, okay. I guess like cool
Masumi
tone, cool
Kuya.
colored characters.
There's like what else was there? Usually like characters that are a little bit like black bellied or purple coded.
Oh, didn't you like Leviathan from
Yeah,
Obey?
yeah, Leviathan.
Yeah.
Oh, but Leviathan was pathetic coded.
But he was purple though. Also,
Yeah,
hello.
he was purple. Heyo.
We kind of moved on from our topic. Oops. You came in
We're
at
back though.
our.
We're talking about Gacha again.
Oh, we're back. We're talking. It's Obey Me. Is Obey Me still going? Yes, of course it is.
Yeah, I think so.
Didn't they come out with like a 3D game or something?
I don't remember.
I saw like some ad for it and it looked like not 2D. I think they were doing something with it. Did they have an anime? I forgot. Or no, that was Twisted Wonderland that got an anime. That's right. Gotcha
That's
games.
us.
But the catch is they're all pretty boy games. That's not the
Because that's
official.
all we play.
Yes, exactly.
There's more pretty girl games than there are pretty boy games, though.
Yeah, that's true. Which is cool for us because we can offer the unique perspective of those who only play pretty boy games. I thought about it a lot too, like because I couldn't keep playing Love Live because I just did not like any of the characters that much. I mean, I had characters I liked, but like I just didn't have any interest in reading the story. And uh and then that like and then coming back to that, I was like, oh yeah, because I don't really like how it's just there's just like an issue with how women are written, right? And maybe it's just because from the perspective of also being a woman, I'm like, yeah, no girl behaves like this. That's kind of awkward, girl. So, but then like when I turn to pretty boy games, right? And I'm like, do guys ever look at this and think that no guy ever behaves like this?
Actually, I have a thing. So I did while I was like first into 8.3, right? I was in a different server
Mm-hmm.
that like you weren't in,
Yeah.
and I took a screenshot of like Masumi crying, and
Okay.
then the spring trope was like, the spring troop was comforting him, and it's that specific CG. And so I sent it, and I was like, oh my god,
Mm-hmm.
the usual. And
Spring.
then some guy was like, men would never cry in front of their friends and be comforted like that. And I'm like, well, maybe you have shit friends.
Well, maybe they should be.
Yeah, maybe they should.
Yeah. I feel like I don't know. Like with A3, it's like the guys supporting each other kind of feels very very similar to that of like a common female friend group.
Friend group,
Yeah,
yeah.
from the perspective of a woman. But I think like that's not bad.
Yeah, it shows that they don't have toxic masculinity. They can be they're like they don't find it bad to be to be vulnerable with their friends, and honestly I think that's pretty important to actually have people you can wholeheartedly uh be honest with about what you're feeling.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
it's healthy.
Yeah. Yeah, right? I don't know. Though
But yeah, but the ones
yeah.
where they write, and I think there's just like Jose Muke has a lot of emotional development with their characters,
Mhm.
but you don't really see a lot of emotional development in like uh games, like the cute girl games,
Cute girl game. I don't
because
know what to call it.
the
Gal
cute
games.
girl,
Gal games?
no,
No,
not
that's because those are
really.
dating.
Yeah, like those games are usually the female, the cute girl games. They're usually like the cute girls are cute girls. They've been cute girls before, and they still are cute girls. They don't really have any emotional development.
Yeah, they just kind of, I don't know, they stay very constant. Though A3 also has that problem a little bit. Uh, at least with like, I think in events, not the main story. The events stories, they usually have, trying to think on some of the event stories. Like they fall back on a lot of tropes, I guess, or like reoccurring gags. Even though you're
Yeah,
like, oh, but like in the main story, I feel like they wouldn't say that anymore, but whatever. But yeah, but like
yeah. Like I feel
with
like they've
Love
kind of moved
Live,
on.
they basically never change. After their initial character arc, which is basically just meeting them and like if they were a jerk before, they're like no longer a jerk or whatever. Like they like after they become all friends, right? They just kind of stay constant. Which is fine, because I know some people just like that. They like the consistency and they don't want them to change. But like if you're
I
reading
want
it
to see
as
character growth. Damn it.
if you're reading it as a story, you're like so like especially Love Live, like they don't graduate from high school. They're high school forever, you know? And I'm like I feel like they should graduate.
Yeah, but yeah, I want to see emotional development. I want to see character growth.
Yeah. Character progression, please. Please.
Or I don't know, be different, do character regression.
Character regression. They go back to how they were initially.
Something happens, and instead of like a villain becoming a hero, you have a hero becoming a villain. You know what? Do that.
I mean, those happen, just not in gacha games. I don't think.
I want to see it.
All right. Also, on the A3 thing, I wanted to mention. I think like when I was playing it at first, I remember thinking I was like, this feels like guy talk. You know, I forgot what specifically it was. Maybe like Bonri was buying shoes or whatever, and I was like, wow, dudes are sneakerheads. That's so crazy. This is such a guy thing. I've never seen like a game that's targeted towards women that has pretty boys, but the boys are written as like boys.
Yeah, it's because they're usually written to be like potential boyfriends of the player.
Yeah. Or their interests will be like very like male wifey,
Fem,
fem
yeah, fem coded.
fem coded. They're like he likes cooking. And then every girl playing the
He
game
has
is
a lot
like
of money. He is the CEO,
he's
but he likes cooking.
but he likes cooking and he actually wants to quit. He doesn't want to take over his dad's company and he wants to become a chef one day.
He works a 9 to 5 and is a male wife.
And as a male wife, how?
I don't know. Ask most women that work a 9 to 5 and is a housewife. Your work never stops.
Haha, cries. Dude, I keep thinking about like, man, it would be nice, like, just to have someone to make food for me. Like, I
Hire a
don't
personal chef.
hire a personal chef. You say it like I'm just buying groceries from Whole Foods or something. I just hire a personal chef.
I mean, what else are you gonna do? Go out there, look for a housewife?
I don't see
You don't.
the thing is like I want someone to make me food, but I also don't want the presence of another person in my house.
Yeah,
So
see, get a personal chef.
no. The personal chef would have to come to my house, and
Get it
that's
delivered.
Hello Fresh. Today's sponsor. Okay. I was gonna say somehow, somewhere, someone can make like a cooking robot.
Oh,
Cooking
they
mama.
do have that for fried rice.
Fried rice. What?
Yeah, there's cooking robots in China that makes fried rice.
Specifically fried rice.
There's other menu items too, like some omelets and whatever, but there's like
Oh.
one place that use it just for fried rice.
Yeah, that's the thing is like I'm sure the technology exists for it like it to be made, but it's not there yet for like the consumer to purchase,
I
you
mean,
know?
yeah.
Cry.
There's also no real need for it for the consumer. So,
I need it. Me. I am the demand.
see, if I made enough money, I'd just get a housewife. I will provide, and you provide me food. Thank you.
If I made enough money, yeah, but like that's the thing. I don't want like another human person working for me. That makes me uncomfortable. But if it was a robot, that'd be less uncomfortable.
I mean, like
You
for
know?
me, it's like if I do the 9 to 5 that supports and that earns enough for 2 people, and then the other person does the housework, I think it's a fair trade.
Yeah. Like that's fine, but that's like
And then I do the housework on weekends because, you know,
yeah, that's fine, but that's talking about like a actual relationship with another person. I'm talking about someone who just comes over to make food.
cohabitation, platonically marrying someone.
Yeah, but that's again, that's like an actual relationship. I'm talking about a person who just comes over to make food. You know, like they don't live with you. They just come over
Yeah,
and make food.
that's fine. You hired them to do that. That's fine. That's
But
whatever.
that makes me not comfortable.
What the hell?
Oh no.
So what if you go eat food at their place instead? Would that make you more comfortable?
But then that's just like me going to a restaurant, so I'd rather just go to a
Yeah,
restaurant.
but they
But
make
the
you
thing is,
literally everything you want.
personal chef. So
Personal chef, but
my
I go to
require
your house.
yeah, my requirements is that I cannot leave my house. You cannot enter my house, but you have to make food
Okay,
for me.
okay, okay. So personal chef, but they do it as a delivery service.
Yeah, that would be the only way it would work. Somehow they could do delivery service. But like, you know, delivery is like what if like the food gets cold or something? Personal Uber Eats. I tried to Uber Eat today, but then the taxes and other fees was $12, so I didn't.
So expensive.
I cried. Of course. Yeah. Why? Why is it so expensive?
Go back to living with your mom so she can cook for you.
See, there that is like a possibility, but the cons outweigh the pros for that one. Yeah, I ate
Dude,
something else, don't worry.
every day I go downstairs to eat, my mom's like, "Why are you not taking care of yourself?"
I'm eating.
And I'm like, "What do you mean?" And she's like, "You have acne and then your skin is dry. Why aren't you taking care of yourself? Why are you hurting yourself like this?" And I'm like, "Holy shit, mom."
Mother, please. Mama drama. Yeah. So, um if anyone is interested and being a personal chef, the hourly rate is $10.
If anyone is interested in adopting me, I'll do the cooking, I'll do the cleaning.
Would you like the offer of $10 an hour?
That's just how much I make drawing chibi, so yeah.
What's minimum age? Fuck, minimum wage. $14?
Here?
I don't know where it is, what it is where you are in the US.
I think minimum wage is like, what, $7.5 for you, right?
For us? Really? Oh, it depends on the state, right?
Oh, minimum wage in Thailand is $8 a day.
Ruh-roh.
Not $8 an hour, $8 a day.
Minimum wage in my state. Okay. Oh, it's not 14. It's like, yeah, it's like 15, 16-ish. Okay.
Oh, yeah, 16. Okay. Wait, then where the fuck is it 7?
Where did you get 7?
Probably somewhere here. And I mixed it up with minimum wage in the US.
I remember there was a whole thing like trying to get minimum wage higher than 12 or something. The Midwest. The Midwest,
I mean,
it's like 14.
don't
Federal
the
minimum. Oh,
like people that serve. Oh, the federal minimum was 7. Hey, so I did remember right.
there you go. The people that serve.
Like servers, waiters, and stuff like that, they get paid below minimum, right?
Oh yeah, the whole
Because
tipping
they're
thing.
like, yeah, the whole tipping thing.
Yeah,
Tipping
disgusting.
culture makes
I
no
hate
sense
it.
to me.
It doesn't make sense to me either. And it's so like, yeah, it's so awkward too when like you pay for something and then you have to select like the amount that you're tipping, but then the person that you're tipping is like standing right in front of you watching you do it. And you're like, "Oh, fuck, I guess I have to do like what, 20% or whatever, or like the middle option that I always choose. Because you can't just put 0. They're
15.
just they're staring at you.
It's like 5, 10, 15, 20, I think, right?
Uh, yeah. Or like it's 15, 18, 20, I think. The boss is on the hook to actually pay them. Right. Yeah.
So like, and also like a lot of like delivery services have tipping that's like you need to tip before the food gets to you. So that makes
Right.
no sense to me. Cause like, how will I know if the person that came here even put effort into delivering my food to my doorstep if the food
Yeah.
is not at my doorstep?
Yeah.
And there's people who are like, oh, you tip before it gets there, so it's like, so they don't do something to your food.
Well, they shouldn't in the first place. Like what? Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been trying to cut down food delivery. It's just so easy. But then they like raise the price on everything. So now I cannot do it anymore. It'd
Meal
actually
prep.
be detrimental.
Meal prep.
Meal prep. I'm really tempted to try like those meal prep kits, like HelloFresh and stuff like that, where they just send you like a bunch of meals and the
I
instructions.
think you'll get lazy and then not cook and then just stuff all of the meal prep in your fridge.
Okay. Yes, that might happen. But like the thing is I don't know how to cook.
HelloFresh teaches you how to cook though, don't they?
Yeah, exactly. They'll give you like the ingredients and instructions. So it's like, oh, Sometimes people will grab your delivery if there's no tip. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I know,
I've
like,
seen like
there
some
are, yeah.
delivery guy on TikTok go like, "Oh, this." They took a video and they're like, "This is for the person that ordered this only gave me a $1 tip, so I'm just gonna snack a little."
I hate that. Man. There are people, there are delivery drivers that not snack a little, but they just avoid people who aren't tipping like the minimum. I just don't touch the tip button. I tip whatever it sets as default. Which is like what, like 2.25
I
something.
usually never tip unless like uh it's raining heavily, but they come deliver anyway. Because most of the time they literally just come here, drop it off, run away, and I'm like, bye.
I prefer like that's fine though. You know?
Yeah, no, but I mean, like, I'm not gonna have like over because tipping culture is not a thing here, right? I'm not gonna give you extra money for just doing your job.
Yeah.
There's no extra effort involved. You should not be earning extra.
Yeah, but you know, that's just not how it works here. Da, 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 da. Yeah. It's a tip. That's a tip jar. Alright. We strayed a little
Too
further
far.
from gacha games. We strayed even more, even though we started out on gacha. I don't know how we got to this
Minimum
point.
wage worker gacha game win.
Minimum age worker. Isn't that like every... Never mind. I was gonna say like underdog stories in gacha games. I don't know. Like when the story is just like we gotta save the insert thing here, right? But everyone
We gotta
says
save the
it's
theater.
yeah. Everyone says it's gonna be stacked against us and we have no food and we gotta budget our budget.
Budget or budget.
Budget our budget.
English.
Hey, you understood, so yeah. Hmm. 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 Hmm.
I think we're good for today.
We definitely it yeah. This was quite longer than it usually is. Budget the math numbers. Yeah. So, final statements on gacha games.
Never play.
Don't do it. It's hell. Don't get into it.
It's fun, but don't do it.
It's yeah. It's fun, but don't do it.
Or do whatever. It's your life.
Yeah. There's no wrong way to play gacha games. But the but if there is a right way, it's to play it for the hot sexy characters and nothing else.
Yes. Yes.
Play for your
And
Oshi.
And remember that even if those like those premium currency look sexy, the moment you spend once, you'll spend again. So never spend.
Unless you do want to spend, then please spend.
No.
Do it.
No. Don't. Don't do it.
Yes, do it. Enablers. Alright, cool. That's it.
That's it. I'm gonna go play New Carnival.
Spend responsibly. The angel and devil. Alright. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Unresponsibly gambling addiction, call this number. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Stream bright purity.
And next week we're talking about fan fiction?
Yeah, next week we're talking about fanfics.
Fanfics, and more specifically fanfic tropes. Hooray! Alright, bye, stream by
Yay!
purity.